This is Numbers with Nicole, and we're going to finish that lesson model examples on tangents, tangents to circles. So I have model number 3 and model number 4. I'm going to do 2 more questions here. I don't know why I didn't just put them in the previous video. Sorry. So let's dive in. So we're going to find the perimeter of the polygon below with all points shown being points of tangency, meaning all these segments are tangent to the same circle. However, they are not from the same point. Right? Some of them are from the same point, but not all of them. So what does that mean? That means that this segment and this segment, since they are drawn from the same point, are both going to be 13. Great. So how does that help me? Okay, well, that helps me because I know this segment and this segment down here must be equal. And if the whole segment is 25, that means that these two pieces are both 12. So I'm kind of working my way around here so that I can get all of the sides of this polygon. I have a 4.6 and another tangent from the same point, which is also going to be 4.6. And so this leaves me with a 17.6 for this side, 25 for this side. I know the entire side over here is 21, so I'm looking for how long is this other side. So in order to figure out what this other piece of this tangent is here, right, these tangents, I need to know how long those are. Well, if the total piece is 21.8 and part of that is 12, then how much is that going to be? Don't mind me using my calculator. 9.8. Oh, what did I do? 9.8. See, mental math, not my friend right now. 9.8, 9.8. We know these are going to be equal. And so for this other side, 9.8 plus 4.6 is 14.4. So perimeter means the distance around the outside of the figure, and the figure that they want me to find the distance around is this one. So all these circled numbers here are the amounts that I'm going to add together. So 14.4 plus 21.8 plus 25 plus 17.6, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So we get 78.8 for our perimeter of this polygon. So you might have to use one piece and subtract it from the full length that you have to find the other pieces. It's not that difficult. You're just looking at each pair of tangents from the same point. So just because there's two separate points doesn't mean those two tangents are the same. All right, here is number 4. Again, remember you can pause the video, try it on your own, and then check the answer if you want to. So AC is tangent to circle O at point C. So right there, when I've read that information before I read anything else, I see that OC is a radius, and so I know that this angle at angle C, formed by the radius and the tangent, is going to be perpendicular, 90 degrees. It's going to give me a right triangle. Okay, they want me to find the length of AB, so I'll call that X. And how are we going to do that? Okay, so you have 2 ways that you can kind of think of this problem. One of them is to find all of AO first. So what if I found all of AO first? Let me call that W. And then I can subtract off this 7 here, because I know this is a radius and this is a radius, so they will be equal. So that's one way to do this. I have a right triangle, I can find the hypotenuse, and then just subtract 7 from it. If I don't want to do that, then I can write an equation with Pythagorean theorem involving x, and I'll show you both ways. I'm going to do the more general way because I think the math is easier. We're going to find out. Okay, so if I want to look at the entire triangle to find W, and then to find X, I would do W minus 7 to find that little piece X. All right, so I have a right triangle with 24 and 7. Okay, so A squared plus B squared equals C squared. 24 squared plus 7 squared will equal W squared. My hypotenuse is always in the C place. The longest side opposite that right angle, so 625 equals W squared. The opposite of squaring is taking a square root. and we get 25 for W. Now remember, we don't want W. W is the full length of AO. We want just AB. So we would take 25 and subtract 7 to get AB. And that's 18. All right, let's look really quick at just the setup for the other method. All right, so what would that other method be? We would be looking at a triangle that looks more like this. And so we would have 24 squared plus 7 squared equals x plus 7 squared. So now I have to expand this binomial. And when we do that, I have to combine my terms, get them all to one side. This might involve factoring. I'm not sure. I'm not going to go through the whole example here. But you can. That's just going to review a lot of algebra. So again, our final answer here for AB was 18.